If you like trains and transportation games, then this week is for you, as the Steam Train Fest is going on at the moment. We got lots of games on sale, we got new demos, we got new games being announced. And today we're going to talk about some of those games. We're going to start with Sunless Skies Sovereign Edition. This is by Fail Better Games, and if you know Fail Better Games, you know what they do well, and they do well atmosphere. This is sort of this steampunk, Lovecraftian setting where you're you're like a steampunk train flying away, action RPG kind of style through this gothic horror role-playing game. And Sunless Skies came out a while back. The Sovereign Edition came out here in 2019, and it is on sale right now, 66% off, the lowest it's ever been, for $8.49. Next up, we got Station to Station. This is a minimalist style of train game. It's a kind of a cozy train game. It's got this sort of voxel style to it by Galaxy Grove and Prismatica. You've probably seen this with the other game they have, which is Town to City, where you're building a town. This one is the train game. You're connecting stations up, as you do in train games. And it's on sale, super cheap, 60% off, $6.47 right now. Those same folks that are making Station to Station have announced one of their new ones, which is Steam to Electric, which is the same idea, just with, steam to electric rather than just being steam engines connecting things. You're going up into like modern stuff, plus with new kinds of crazy trains. And if you're into that kind of voxel style of train and trains, then this is probably one to keep an eye on. It's not on sale yet, but it is announced and the Steam page is up. Next up, we got Iron Village. This goes into more of that colony sim style of thing where your town is built around the train station. The train comes in daily or whatever, and you pick up resources, and you sell resources through the train station, and your town grows around that station. And that's sort of the heart of your town as you build up in this little pixel art colony sim by Lunar Chippy Games. Came out here in 2025, and it is at $4.79 right now. Railway Empire is the 1800s version of these train games where you're set with steam engines and building your train network management, all that stuff by Gaming Mind Studios and published by Calypso Media. Building your big railroad company is essentially the name here. This one is 50% off right now. Normally it's $50, but it's $25 right now for this sale. Last Train Home is a little bit different. This one is takes place after World War I, during the Russian Civil War, and so your train is your home base. But there's a story here, and you're trying to get from point to point, just trying to get your soldiers home. But you're amidst the Civil War, and you occasionally go into these points where you've got this sort of real-time tactics, squad-based combat, and then you hop back on the train, move to the next station, and try to make your way home. It's 67% off right now for $13 by Ashbourne Games and THQ Nordic. This one came out back in 2023. If that's too much for you and you need something, a little bit easier, how about Unrailed? I don't know about easier, but Tamer is a co-op multiplayer game where a train's running down the tracks and you and friends, it says they're single player, but I've never played single player on this, so I'm not sure how that works. I have done multiplayer though. You gotta go grab resources, throw them into the train, build up your tracks, and throw the tracks out in front of the train to keep it from falling apart. And the goal is to get as far as you can to the next station and then keep on going as much as you can. It's a good time. I have a video on it where I played with a couple other YouTube folks, and it was a good time. Came out in 2020 by Indoor Astronauts, and it is at $2.99 right now, 85% off. Next up, we got Railroad Corporation 2. This is back to, your traditional train management business style of game. This is in the like 1900, something like that. So when you start here by Corby Games, and you start from 1900 and you kind of work your way up through the ages as you build your trains up, connecting towns, connecting resources. Lumber gets to go to the town, which then builds up the town, and then the town needs mail and passengers. You know how that works. And this is another one of those by Corby Games and Iceberg. Came out in 2026. It hit 1.0 just earlier this year, and it is already on sale, 35% off, $25.99 for this one. Speaking of games that just came out, Steel Artery Train City Builder, as the name implies, is a city builder on a train. It came out here in March of this year. It's in early access still, but I take that back. It is full release, not early access. but it is still in development, they say anyway. A city building sim on a train in this sort of steampunk world where you've got your lumber mill and your forager spot and your storage is all on the train. And as long as you get the train moving, put fuel into it, keep your people alive, you go to the next point, and there's like these biomes that you hit. One biome may have lots of trees, the next one has lots of food, the next one has stone. And so when you stop at that spot, you send your foresters out, or you send your foragers out, or your stone cutters out, and collect resources and move to the next spot and try to make it through these steampunk towns. Anyway, it's by Soul Age 23 and Creativo, and it is at 40% off right now for $9. Train Valley 2 is more of a puzzle game. It's a railroad kind of game. You connect up the resources to each other and to the towns and stuff, but it's essentially a puzzle game. How do you get the resources to the town with what you have, by Alexei Davidoff, and it came out back in 2019. This is Train Valley 2. It's at 80% off at $1.79. Train Valley 1 is also on my list here for super cheap. This one, Train Valley Origins, not 1. Train Valley Origins is the next one. And it came out in 2025. And this one's a little bit more, it's still puzzly. And instead of just trying to get resources, there's a little bit of that, but most of it is trying to not have your trains crash and trying to get the logistics and the tracks laid out and things timed correctly so that trains don't crash. In this, I don't want to say mobile-like, but light, style of puzzle management game. Cutest management game about trains is what the Steam page says. Anyways, this one is 60% off at $4.78. Transport Fever is the railroad-focused tycoon game, but it ain't just trains. It's everything. You can do planes, and I think there's monorails in there and cars. But Urban Games came out way back in 2016, and as the name implies, it's a transport game. You are hauling supplies, freight, whatever, with any number of transports, and it is at 90% off right now, $2.99. Tracks is the simple version of what we just looked at there with Transport Fever. Transport Fever has is complex. There's lots of all these production chains and micromanagement and things. Tracks is the opposite of that. This is like a little train set toy game. It's a lot of fun though, but you end up you're building these little wooden train sets, and you got to connect the passengers. Of course, the passengers are like the little wooden people that you got to haul them onto your train and move them around, and you build a little train set. And it's a happy little game by Whoop Group, and Excalibur Games came out way back in 2019, and it is sitting down here at 77% off at $4.59. It's been cheaper before, but that's still pretty cheap. Most of these are going through until the 27th. There's a couple on the 25th. These last two games, I want to make sure, and I got to make sure and point these out because this is a train transportation video, and I got to make sure I mention Openttd, which is free, and one of the most complex, not the most complex of these, transportation games. And if you've never played Openttd, then do it. It's free. You can no longer get it free on Steam, but the website still has it. I have a link in the description. You can go pick it up and play some Openttd and build the train network of your dreams. And if you play Openttd and you think, you know what, I need more micromanagement, I need more, then Simutrans is the game for you, which is basically Openttd plus. This again, free open source game. This one is on Steam by the Simutrans team, came out a long time ago, but it's basically Openttd. It's completely open transport tycoon management game, but even more depth. I think I've called this one the dwarf fortress of train games or transportation games, and I think that probably still fits this one. It takes a long time to get things going, but once you get things going, it's very satisfying. Anyway, there is my video of the train games for sale. Thanks for watching, and I hope you have a good one.